All right, so in the box comes with this nice little toolkit here. It's kind of similar to the Jeep toolkit that comes with your Jeep, just has a couple extra wrenches and extensions, stuff like that. But I thought that's pretty cool. Helps make the installation that much more easier. It's always good to have an extra set of tools on hand as well. So pretty cool that they include that. Little contact card here, just basic info, and of course your installation guide. Should be pretty easy. And then they also include extra bump stops, little rubber bump stops for the doors. So that's pretty much it. We'll take a look more when we get them on. All right, so in the garage, let's take a better look at these outside of the box. Still not on the Jeep, but as you can see, I went with the front and the rear set, and then on the front I did go with the mirror option. So not a whole lot of pre-installation stuff you need to do prior to putting them on the Jeep. If you do go with the mirrors, obviously you got to put those on. Just really simple, attaches from the outside, put nuts on the back side, and you know, 4 bolts and nuts. Pretty self-explanatory as far as that goes. Also on the fronts, the hinges do not come, like, I guess, pre-installed in this housing, but easy enough. You just 2 bolts on each side, or two bolts and then 2 nuts on the inside there. You're going to kind of keep those loose until you put them on the doors and make your final adjustments anyways. Same with this bump stop here. As you can see, it's pretty loose. I'll make that adjustment once they're on the Jeep, but that's just to kind of prevent any kind of rattling. So you're going to set them on the hinges first, and then tighten down your hinge bolts before you do any of that, which are right there, and those are relatively loose as well. So but yeah, let's take a quick look at them. On the rears here, these latches, they actually come already installed, but again, they're kind of loose as well. I'll make those final adjustments once I get them on the Jeep. But just taking a quick look at them real quick, they do have this, like, I guess you want to call it, it's like a, I don't really want to call it a foam padding because it's kind of hard, but it's like a polyurethane. It's a little bit softer than what you would think, but more for like just comfort for your arm on that top rail. So didn't really see any other tube doors that had that I like, so it's a pretty cool feature. And then as you can see from the outside, this is the inside how I had these hanging up, but this would be the outside that's on the door. On the rears here, this middle bar kind of flares out a little bit, and that's just for your leg space, for your knee and leg space. Same thing on the fronts right here. That middle bar, as you can see, kind of flares out a little bit, but it doesn't take away from the lines of the doors as well. So just a little bit of a flare. I actually like it. I think it looks pretty cool. So a little bit more detailed look though. Look at the outside. Just look at the quality on these welds right here. Very smooth, very smooth, and no complaints with that. It's quality work. Look at the hinges right here. On the inside here, the welds aren't as crisp, but still no complaints. And I'm just being technical at this point. So overall, just a real good looking tube door. They come with these limit straps as well for the front and the rear. I got it set on the middle. There's like 3 settings based off how far you want to open or have the door open up. I have it in the middle there, as you can see, but that comes on the front and the back. And yeah, so overall, pretty impressed with these. And there's the logo on the fronts. And if you run the mirrors, then if you are gonna run the logo at all, the logo plate, then it would be on the inside. That's if you even choose to run it. You don't have to necessarily run that on there. I think it looks cool. Hell, I might even buy a second one for the other side, but it only comes with one nonetheless if you are going to do that. Or, you know, if you don't run the mirrors at all and you want to run the logo, you can put it on the outside. So yeah, so but overall, I think it looks pretty good. So, a little quick backstory too, speaking of the logos. And the reason why I went with these tube doors in general, a couple reasons actually. Speaking of the logo, a lot of the ones I've seen just have like ugly designs on it, flags and stars and different kind of square sections built into the tube doors. I just think that looks kind of corny in my opinion. Or they either have their logo plastered all over it. So I'm not really a fan of these. I haven't seen any tube door that I liked since Warren Industries discontinued their Elite Series tube door. That was by far my favorite tube door as far as looks goes. And I did like the fact that they had the locking option on those. For whatever reason, they decided to discontinue those, and I could not find any other ones that I liked. Maybe the second closest runner-up I would say would maybe be the Mopar ones, which actually look a whole lot like these in a sense. Actually, there's a couple features on these I actually like better than the Mopar, but nonetheless, I could not justify the price for those. So these are like half of that price, give or take. So couldn't really justify the price on the Mopar ones. And a lot of the other ones are just like I was saying before with the crappy designs on them. They're just of cheap quality. And I just kind of stay away from all of that. But I mean, there's the Quadratech ones. Not going to say those are of cheap quality, but I personally just wasn't really a fan of those. And they have like these vertical sections near like the inside or near the hinges, or even on the outside, these vertical sections like built into the door. I don't think it really looks good and doesn't really go with the look of the Jeep, in my opinion. Besides, Quadratech's known for generally plastering their logos all over everything. I think it kind of ruins stuff. They did put it on the inside as well, still kind of big, but regardless, I just didn't like that version anyway, so that really wasn't an option for me. So like I said, besides the Mopar ones, you know, and the Warren Elite ones, those are the only two that I even liked prior to these. So when these, when I came across these, I felt like this was a really, really good option. Very, very good quality, and I think they look absolutely amazing, and they really go with the body lines of the Jeep from everything I've seen. But we're gonna go ahead and get them on right now. All right, and they're on. I think they look pretty good. There goes the logo on the inside, as I was mentioning. The latch. See, they follow the body lines pretty well. So overall, I'm pretty impressed. And the mirrors are just adjustable. They're pretty slim too, which I like. They're not that wide. And then just push them in, up, down, left, right to adjust the actual mirror. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. All right, here's a look at them all open. I'm gonna show you how easy these things close. Once you make your adjustments, they pretty much just snap right in. So yeah, you just make your adjustments to your latches and bump stops and you're good to go. So anyways, I will put a link in the description for these if you're interested. So that is the Exceed Fabrication SD1 Tube Doors.